So we're back with the monster car build, and I'm going to take the body off the truck, and I'm going to put the monster car body back on the car frame just to roll it outside. And I'm going to position the body of the car onto the truck and see what modifications we have to make to the truck frame to fit best for proportions for putting it on the truck. So I haven't gone into detail on stripping down the truck, but as you can see, stripped it down pretty good, and actually sold some of the parts, so helped pay towards the buying the truck. So I've got the car body precariously balanced back on its frame, and I'm ready to take the truck body off the truck frame, and now going to place the car body over the truck frame and get all my proportions sorted out and decide exactly what I'm going to do. And I actually end up shortening the frame of the truck, as you will see later. Yeah, lowering it down, checking out our proportions for the rear wheels and stuff, and establishing what I need to do with the frame. Okay, I'm shortening this frame. So my plan is to see where it's thicker here. That's because this frame has been slid into this thicker bit previously, and that's how they welded the frame originally. So my hope is that when I've cut this, which I have, that I can use a slide hammer and slide hammer this section out. And so that when I cut this, I want to shorten it exactly a foot. So I can cut this here, and I can slide this into here and re-weld it. And then I'll put a diamond plate on the outside, and that would be great. If not, I'm going to have to butt weld it and then put a diamond plate on, which will also be fine. But it'd be really cool if I can actually slide this back in here. I'll put some straps and pull it in if I can get this piece out. Anyway, cut them pretty good. Okay, so I've shortened the frame a foot, cut 9 inches off, and used a slide hammer to get the old piece out of there, and slid 2.5–3 inches into each side, and re-welded it. Aligned this scribe mark dead straight, took a measurement from there, from over there to here. Everything's aligned perfectly, and now it's the perfect size for my motorcycle. I've shortened the frame, and I think I've got it situated exactly how I want it to keep the proportions really nice. So these wheel wells are huge on this old car, so even with those huge tyres, 40-inch tyres, it's perfect. And the front fender's higher than it will be because of I've got that bar welded in there right now, so I'll have to learn it. But I actually want a slightly bigger gap at the front because of the turning circle with the big tyres. So that'll work out perfect. And as you can see how it sits down on the frame is not going to be, you know, the car's not going to be miles above the frame like on most monster cars. It's going to sit down pretty nice. So this is how it goes. Keeping an eye on you. The proportions of this are coming along great. The front will actually come down a lot with the weight of the engine and transmission in there, which is how I originally measured it. And as you can see, with the shortened wheelbase, that is just going to be perfect. So I'm going to let you guys watch the slideshow for about a minute of you know, how it sits on the frame from different angles. And at this point I was really kind of standing back and assessing my dimensions and what modifications I have to make, like the cross member there would probably have to come out or be moved. And I was just really digesting how far I'd come at this stage. Sometimes you just have to kind of stand back and really kind of absorb where you are at that point, and to work out your next operation on the car. But I was very pleased how it was coming along. It was sitting quite nicely, and I was determining how big a distance I needed from the front wheels forward, because you can always cut the front out a little bit, but you can't move the firewall back. So I wanted to give myself a little bit more room from the firewall to the front wheels there, so I knew I wouldn't have a problem with my turning circles. And so proportion wise, I probably moved forward a little bit more than visually I would have liked, although it looked perfect. But I did that because I did not want to risk the wheels hitting the firewall, because that I couldn't really do anything about. Anyway, hopefully you like how it's coming along. So I was going up in the wheel size from a 38 to a 40, so I had to take that into account as well. I'm going to align in the front now, so I can build the frame inside it to support it. So this will allow me to tack weld a frame in there, and however I'm going to do my mounts down here, and I'll triangulate it to give it some strength, and then I'll have something substantial to hang the fenders on. It'll give the car a lot more strength. I've got my new wheels and tyres, pretty beefy. About 1 inch taller and 1 inch wider than what's on there. Give it a real nice look. The body will come down, I think, about 3 inches, and I've left a fairly large gap here because the tyres are so wide, with especially those ones have such a big dish to them that you know, they'll come in quite a long way when you turn, you know, so that the tyre could end up being here, and I do not want to risk it touching the inner fender and having to cut that. So that's why I left it a little bit further forward than I would normally, and I will cut this to contour to the tyre and to make it look perfect. You know, when I was building this car, I never really thought I was going to make a YouTube video about the build of it. You know, I like to take a lot of photographs and videos of what I'm doing, and so I can look back on it later, and you know, on my other builds it helps me you know, remember how I did something, what was a good way to do it, or maybe a better way to do it. Anyway, yeah, I don't like to have a lot of dead time in my video, and now that I'm trying to put some episodes together, I know you guys are watching it, and you're, you know, looking at a lot of the photographs without sound, and I never like watching videos like that and listening to the music. But I didn't really want to take the photographs out, because there's a lot of aspects to it which you know, a lot of people who are actually doing builds and stuff might like to see you know, the whole thing. So I've left the photographs in there, and I apologize for you know, not doing a great talk over on what I'm doing. This here is the old original steering column, and it was really bulky with all that plastic and stuff on it, so I stripped it down because I wanted to use everything original from the driveline point of view, apart from the engine and transmission, with the steering and the brake booster and stuff. Although I did upgrade the brake booster, I went with the Dodge diesel, big diesel trucks, hydraulic system, but I've got photographs and videos of that a bit further on, so we'll discuss that then. But you're kind of getting photographs of how I did the frame, and you know, I kind of tack welded a lot of it at first, and I go back afterwards and I spent hours just welding everything just bionically. And some buddies of mine who are into fabrication stuff said, man, you don't have to do that. That's far overkill. But I don't know, I like to do overkill everything. So I was sorting out the front, and I wanted to mount the bumpers and everything, kind of just get the look and the distances. And I was working out how to do a frame to support everything. And so this is basically what I'm doing at this point. And just walking around and doing a little bit of work, and seeing where I'm going to do the body mounts and everything, and kind of getting a feel of where to set my bumper, because it couldn't be set where it was originally. And I wanted a really mean look, but I didn't want it to look ridiculously offset off the car. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Anyway, hopefully you're still watching. And yeah, as I shoot more videos, I will, you know, definitely try to have fewer areas where there's just photographs, and so I have to do less talkovers. But anyway, enjoy the video, and we'll see what happens next. Safer at the back for strength, so in an accident I don't want these pushed forward, so I've connected them all together, and they'll be welded all the way along, and then they're welded to a steel floor as well, so it really can't move. And then also, so I protect the back of the car from being crushed, I got these with a gap here, so that if I get rear-ended, this will protect the bodywork of the car to some extent, depending on the size of the crash, because this will hit the frame here and stop this crumbling. Otherwise this could be quite weak and you could just crumple the back of the car. Obviously if I get hit down here, that's very strong, which is most likely, but I also want to make the back of the car exceptionally strong. So this should do the trick.